Gerta, run faster. Whoever loses will have the carrot stuck to their nose. Be careful, you're winning.
Once upon a time, in a small snow-covered village, there lived two children who were as close as blood relatives, Gerta and Kai. They played every day by the window, in the flower garden, or in the snowy square. Their friendship is as pure as the first snowflakes of the season.
Snow is like cotton candy. Kai, don't you sing? Yeah, soft and sweet like you.
Those two children, they bring spring in the middle of winter.
Meow, meow. You want to play too? This castle needs a cat princess. Listen to the bell. Mom must be calling soon. But I haven't finished the West Tower yet.
What do you think if one day we can fly up to the sky?
One day, a piece of broken poisonous mirror from the Devil's Mirror flew across the world, and unfortunately fell into Kaz's eyes and heart. From then on, he became cold, his eyes emotionless, his heart frozen.
What's wrong with my eyes?
And then the curse of the Snow Queen was fulfilled.
Snow is more beautiful than your silly flowers, Gerta.
Gerta doesn't understand why her friend changed. Kai became a completely different person, until one day Kai disappeared in a sleigh pulled by white reindeer, and sitting on it was the Snow Queen. Gita was stunned as everything disappeared from sight. So Kai got into the Snow Queen's carriage and disappeared. Gerta cried a lot, and she decided to go find Kai. Gerta bravely crossed many roads. Kai was nowhere to be seen, only the tracks of the reindeer's sleigh were visible. She still did not back down and was determined to continue looking for her best friend. She crossed the snowy deserts. Ask everyone about Kai's news. Luckily, she met a flock of little birds and they showed her the way. She came to a small river, sat washing her face and looking at herself in the river. She helplessly called Kai's name in the middle of the forest.
Kai, come here. Kai, come here. Kai, come here.
Who called the cursed one?
A strange voice appeared. Gerta looked around, trembling but not backing down. She was still determined to find her friend. Go on and on. When she was tired and hungry, in the distance appeared a small house, decorated with lots of flowers. She approached and asked to stay for the night. Just then the door opened and the kind old lady gently invited her into the house. Her house is beautiful. Inside is a garden full of roses. She sat down and confided in her grandmother and told her the whole story. That night, she used a glowing comb to comb Gerta's hair. The two of them were very happy in her warm house. She was absorbed in her grandmother's poetic garden because it was so beautiful. But while having fun, she suddenly realized she had to go find her best friend. Gerta ran into the house and said hello to her grandmother, then she continued her journey. The grandmother and granddaughter said goodbye, and the kind old lady gave Gerta a stick for self.
I'm going now. I will see you later.
On the way appeared a crow that looked quite lovely.
Little girl, where are you going alone in the snowy forest?
I'm looking for my friend Kai. He was taken away by the Snow Queen.
Kai, I once heard about a boy who was taken to a very cold place, a place called the Ice Castle.
Without hesitation, the crow flapped its wings, flew up, and signaled Gerta to follow. Gerta followed the crow through the icy trees. In the air, the crow told her of the dangers ahead.
I heard that the castle is made of ice, and the servants are made of ice. It's so cold that the heart can forget how to beat.
Finally, they came to a white land where a giant ice gate appeared through the mist.
From here on, you have to walk on your own, but I believe your heart is stronger than any magic.
Gerta stood before the giant ice gates. The sky behind her was pale blue, but a chilly air emanated from the castle. She gripped her staff tightly in her hand, her eyes shining with worry and determination.
Kai, I'm here.
Gerta walked slowly down the icy corridor. The walls reflected distorted images of herself, each shadow testing her courage and love. Along the corridor were life-sized ice sculptures. Each face was filled with fear, perhaps those of someone who had failed. Their eyes seemed to follow Gerta's every move. Kai Kai, can you hear me? The call echoed in the hallway, but there was no answer, only the cold whistling of the wind. A creature of ice emerged from the ground, tall, glistening, with cold blue eyes. It blocked Gerta's path with its thick arms. Gerta raised the staff the old woman had given her. Light flared from the tip, hitting the creature, causing it to shatter into pieces of melting snow. At the end of the corridor was a giant door, carved with a snowflake as big as the sun. Gerta reached out and touched the icy handle, and the blue light from the crack in the door shone on her face, now filled with only courage and hope. In the middle of the room, Kai sat silently like an ice statue, his hands trembling as he arranged the pieces of ice into the word eternity.
Kai, it's me, Gerta. Don't you recognize me?
Gerta ran over, tears falling in the cold wind. Gerta hugged Kai tightly. A tear fell, and miraculously, it began to melt the ice in Kai's heart.
Gerta, I had a very long dream.
His eyes lit up with life, and 2 streams of tears rolled down. The ice wall began to crack, sunlight shone in, bringing with it the warmth of hope. The snowflakes gently swirled, then gradually turned into white petals, flying around them like magic.
You see, Kai? Spring is coming.
Gerta and Kai held hands and walked out of the melting ice room. They walked towards the light, carrying their hearts that had found each other.
Thank you, Gerta. You are my light. And you are the friend I never leave behind.
On the way back, spring gradually returned. Flowers bloomed along the roadside and birds sang. The villagers were moved to see Kai return, and his mother hugged her son in tears of reunion. The whole family was moved and overjoyed. Everyone held a party to welcome Kai back. And so, through love and courage, Gerta brought her best friend back and brought spring back to the world.